Good morning and welcome to your crown chakra dance video. I have a special guest today. Her name is Coco. We are dog sitting for our friends this week, and I felt like Coco wanted to be our mascot today. Say hi, Coco.
Hi.
I was worried that if I came out here, she'd be barking on our video, so she's going to join us today. So we are in week 7. Crown chakra. It's our final dance move, and this is kind of a culmination of our 7 weeks together, 49 days. Traditionally, a sadhana in yoga is 40 days, so we're doing 7 weeks to honor the 7 chakras and spending a week in each chakra. So we're going to do a little review. But if you ever want to ground and center and breathe into the chakra of the week, this is the crown. You can always take a few moments and center and maybe breathe light in and out the crown of the head, and a few deep breaths into the crown is a beautiful way to open and expand, maybe even quiet the mind. The crown is our connection to spirit, to the divine, to light. So maybe finding that openness in the crown. I think Coco's eating a leaf, so let me just grab that and then we'll review our moves. Okay, so to review, I actually just want to note as well, sometimes when you're open and expansive in the crown, right, you need a little bit of grounding energy, because if you're feeling kind of all over the place and scattered, right, that's crown energy. If you feel more grounding, you want to feel more grounding, you can even take off your shoes, right, and connect your feet to the earth, earthing practice. Really root down and ground down. So our move in the root chakra was happy feet, really grounding into those feet, maybe fast feet, or stepping side to side. You could walk the feet in a pattern, tracing the shape of a square, walk back and forth, walk in a circle. That was our root move. Next, we moved into the hips, into stir the pot. So stirring a literal pot, right? You letting your hips lead the way. Maybe you want to stir the pot a little bit faster, and you can even do hip taps side to side as you walk and ground the feet. You can pop the hips, get a little bit of movement going in the sacral. In the solar plexus, the move was shine like a star, because why not, right? Make yourself big and shiny and bright and take up a lot of space and prime yourself, right, for taking action. Next, we moved to the heart. The move was hug yourself. So big open heart, wrap yourself up, embrace your gifts, embrace yourself, give yourself that same love that you maybe so freely give to others, but can be a little bit harder to give yourself. Next, we moved into the throat. We brought a little bit of sass, a little bit of strut, right? How are we presenting and expressing ourselves out in the world? Maybe you want to put on that imaginary scarf, little hair flip, and work your strut, right? And express yourself. Next was third eye. We did our lookout, right? So what are we observing? What are we seeing? Maybe we're strutting and putting on a little bit imaginary makeup. When we were tapping that third eye, our little compact, imaginary compact, right? Maybe bringing a little bit of that sass from the throat into the third eye. And our crown move, I was thinking of, maybe putting on an imaginary crown. You could even bring your hands to the top or the back of the head and bring in those little neck rolls that we brought in from the throat. And isolating the crown, right? Sometimes I think of like putting on a little top hat and tipping the hat, right? How to honor the crown. And then I was also thinking of the crown is the culmination, right? So one of my favorite moves, it's like, oh, should we isolate the crown or should we paint the rainbow? Because this is one of my favorite moves and I feel like it needs to be in the flow, right? So painting a rainbow, you use your hands as your paintbrushes and you're slicing up and to the side. You can do it with your knees together, or a little adductor squat, or you can do it with your feet a little bit wider and you're really sending those brush strokes side to side, right? So paint that rainbow. Maybe you want to paint the rainbow above the crown, right? Make it a really big, expansive rainbow. You could take up so much space, reach toward the sky, reach toward spirit and light. So that's our move in the crown, is rainbow. So paint those colors in the sky. You could choose which color you want your rainbow to be. It could be all the colors, but bringing in that expansive crown energy, celebration, big energy. So that's our move for the crown, paint the rainbow. And we'll be back next week. So that will be a celebration of all our 7 weeks together. And we will put all these moves together in a little dance flow. So I'll post in the group about what times might work for that celebration. I want to celebrate you all, no matter what day you're on, right? It might be fun to just move and groove and dance in the chakras together. So hope you have a beautiful week. Lean into what you need, right? So grounding, freedom, maybe ask for what you need and listen for the answer. But take care, and I'll talk to you soon.